Hi, this is Rena Jabot. I'm here at the Frank Duveneck Arts and Cultural Center for an episode of Frankly Speaking. Today we're going to talk about the first weekend in October, which is going to be packed full of activities, and I have here with me the ladies responsible for some of these activities. I have Natalie Bauer from the Covington Artisan Center, Stoney from Stoney's Gifts and Framing on 6th Street, and Danielle Hewlett, who is a resident of Main Strasse. Natalie, can you tell me a little bit about what's planned?
Sure. We have something that we're calling Full Spectrum that will take place over the course of the month of October. And our first weekend is coming up very soon, October 2nd, and that's a Friday, sees a hyper gallery hop as well as a hyper gallery hop, meaning it's an activity where stores and venues are open throughout the city, and they're going to be open from 6 to 10 p.m., welcoming visitors and showcasing different artists' work, all original work. And you can pick up a map at the Artisans Enterprise Center located at 25 West 7th Street. And in addition to that, we also have the unveiling of something that we're calling Experience Covington, which is a tourist-based kiosk that Millimeter Creative, along with the City of Covington and Center for Great Neighborhoods, have created. And the idea is that visitors can actually download walkable tours of Covington's cultural heritage points. And I think you gave an interview for that project, so they'll show live interviews of these places.
Where's the kiosk located?
The kiosk will actually be located at the Kenton County Covington branch on Scott Street, but the unveiling will take place at 25 West 7th Street at the Artisans Enterprise Center.
So they're going to move it down to the library later?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and then Saturday, what will happen is, and I think Stoney and Danielle could probably tell you more about the Fantasy Fest, which is going to be an amazing celebration of fairies and magical beings that they've really worked really hard on. And I've been so happy to be involved just to see it develop. But that will be on Saturday, October 3rd. And then on Sunday, October 4th, the Butler Foundation has created an event called the Ascent of Praise. And what they're doing is in the parking lot beside the building The Ascent, located on Scott Street and River Center Boulevard, from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., they will be showcasing and hosting over 10 church bands that will be playing praise music, which is very different from gospel music, but they invite the public to just come and watch and have fun with their family and friends.
That's going to be a real blast. So tell us a little bit more about what's going to happen on Saturday, because I understand that's a real family-friendly day. Friday night is going to be the gallery hop, where people will go around from gallery to gallery and shop to shop. And I wanted to ask you before we move on to the next day, how many galleries so far are participating?
Well, there are galleries as well as businesses, and that is why we're calling it a hyper gallery hop, because usually we try to get galleries that normally show artwork and businesses, restaurants that they will also put artwork on their walls. But this is businesses as well are getting involved in the fun. And you know, the other thing that I forgot to mention was the other thing that's happening on Friday is the CBC, which is the Covington Business Council, is hosting their annual Spotlight event. And it's very similar to a hop, but while they're showcasing their businesses and their members, the Hyper Gallery Hop has confirmed over 50 venues. That's 50 venues to, number one, be open from 6 to 10. Number two, host an artist or a creative endeavor of some sort. So for example, a restaurant down on Madison Avenue called Amerasia. It's a wonderful Chinese restaurant. I don't know if you've eaten there.
I love it.
Isn't it awesome? It's so good. And they use fresh food, and so it's a family-run business, and Johnny Chu is the manager.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely. And his father is the chef, and on Hyper Gallery Hop, his father will be making sculptures out of vegetables, And he made some amazing butterflies out of carrots when we went there just last week. And so, you know, it's not art. I mean, it's, you know, it is creative, but it's not, you know, paintings on the wall. And so there will be something like this in each of the 50 venues, in addition to nibbles and drinks if the venue wants to provide that. So the city will be open.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so that's happening, and then tell me, what time is the CBC event?
The CBC Spotlight event is planned for 6 p.m. and that will be held at various venues throughout the evening. And I believe that the way that they have it planned this year is from 6 to 8 p.m. they will want visitors to hop. And to be honest, some participants that are taking place in the Hyper Gallery Hop are also taking place in the CBC Spotlight event, so there will be a slight crossover. And then at 8 p.m. until I think 10 p.m., but maybe later for people that want to stay out later, there will be a reception for the CBC Spotlight. And I think that has been planned at Molly Malone's Irish Pub, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'll have to check the venue on that. But so that's the CBC Spotlight event.
And you'll have more information about all these events at your website, or is there a specific website that's been designed for this event, for the Full Spectrum event?
There is, well, both actually. There's our normal website, which is www.covingtonarts.com, and if visitors want to go on to that website, you can click through the homepage to our web extension. And I should actually thank the Merlot Group, Steve Mullins and Sean Masters, for putting that together for us. They've done a great job. But we are really just starting to update the website with detailed information on schedules and maps for people. But the actual URL for the Full Spectrum website is covingtonarts.com/full spectrum.
And that'll be in a few days. Everything will be on there.
Everything is on there now, but it's what you won't find right now are 9 to 10 a.m. This is what's happening at this venue. What you will find there is what the events are, when the general time is, and when the general dates are, so you can get a good feel of what's there. And we've also posted some press releases that we've put out for the press.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back after a short break.